All right, folks, welcome to the channel. We have our reaction series going on today, and I'm going to react to some clips by Candace Owens, how she feels about Kanye West.
I will always love Ye. I will always defend him because I think he did one of the bravest things in speaking about what happened to him, and the questions were never answered about what Harley Pasternak did to him that night. And I think it's what was done to Britney Spears based on my readings of MK Ultra program, which has never been stopped. I think Harley Pasternak it's extremely problematic. And he's literally telling you what happened to him and no one's listening. And everyone's like, he's gone crazy. They drugged me against my will. And when you read those experiments of how they could literally give somebody a mental disorder via a cocktail of drugs, LA becomes very scary.
Who was that? I didn't hear
Harley Pasternak, the trainer that trains all the stars that keep dying in baths.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Aaron Carter, when he reached out to Kanye, and when Kanye said Harley Pasternak did this, Aaron Carter tweeted at Kanye and said, we should talk.
You know, I find it funny how people like her like to bring up MK Ultra like this, like it's nothing. That was a real program connected to the CIA where they experimented with mind control, using drugs, and psychological tactics to push people to their limits, study how their minds break down, and see how behavior could be controlled or manipulated. But a lot of people believe it's much deeper than that. I'm just saying.
Found out that my trainer was a MK Ultra Canadian intelligence.
He worked in the defense research and development in the Canadian military, essentially working on PSYOPs
Who's this
in the
guy?
Canadian military. This is Harley Pasternak.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me, and they when I asked them how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly, it took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah.
You're not that important, brother. Stop it. We know who you work for. Okay, I'm sorry, Kanye. They had one of the richest criminals in the world on the run, then killed him on his rooftop in his own community. Dictators all around the world who control entire armies, gone when they say they're gone. So if they really wanted you, brother, you wouldn't be talking. Trust me.
As a friend of Ye, that I thought he was completely paranoid and crazy when he kept telling me that everyone around him was an op. He used to say, this person's an op, this person's an op, this person's an op. Like, you know, like as if he was accusing them all of being feds. He even at one point questioned me when I was asking him questions and everything was coming down. He's like, are you an op? I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know anybody in Hollywood. Obviously, I'm not an op. And I thought these were just, again, paranoid delusions. But now I have a very different perspective on this. I have an understanding of what Kanye went through to get out, right? To basically sell everything, give his designs, end his marriage. Because when you leave a cult, of course, it's not easy. They try to destroy you. They try to Sigmund Freud you. They try to gaslight you. They try to call you crazy, express concern, fake friends. They even put pressure on your family. Oh man, you just need some rest. You're just going crazy. Hey, you know what? I'm your friend. I've always been your friend. We don't want this to happen to you. And then when you say, no, I'm done with this, then come all of the headlines.
It's crazy how she mentioned being in a cult, like the one you're in MAGA or the cult of Trump. Oh yeah, that's right. She's mad at him right now.
Realize that Kanye was kind of right. Never too late to say that Kanye was right. Kanye said that in order to be free, you had to violate these contracts. You had to recognize that your voice is being controlled. And Kanye did just that. It was really an act of bravery to free himself. But I have no doubt that the same people that were torturing Kanye, the same people that were torturing Charlie Kirk, if Kanye died today, would be the first to eulogize him. I feel that. I do. I feel that. And I think it's important to share that information, as Kanye sent me all of the messages of people who were threatening him. I have them all. To information share with Max Blumenthal, with people, people all over the place, to send a package and say, if anything happens to me and it looks suspicious, release it all, you know?
Man, these people really think they're in some kind of conspiracy movie, like the Pelican Brief or Enemy of the State. Like they're the main characters exposing all the evil deeds. Get the hell out of here. Now I understand why Hollywood make all these CIA TV shows and movies. You ever notice a lot of CIA movies, a lot of CIA TV shows? And people love that because it feels like they're getting a behind the scenes look at how things really operate. But they're not. That's what we call cultivation theory. The more you watch something, the more you start thinking that's how the real world works. But you're not getting real game. You're getting the game they want you to see. So when these celebrities start talking like this, it already fits the people's agenda, the people's belief. And at this point, it's not even about facts. It's about influence. And Candace and Kanye, they're not the ones in control. They don't have any power. They don't know nothing. They don't know anything. But they're definitely being used to shape how people think. They're puppets, man. All of them.
I got there to his show and he had two shirts. One was black and one was white. And he said, I really need you to wear this. And he held it up and it said White Lives Matter. And I instantly understood the meaning behind it. I understood what he was trying to do. I understood the creative genius behind it. And it was very crucial to make such an obvious statement, right? It really was just an obvious statement. Obviously, White Lives Matter. But it really offered a commentary on the Black Lives Matter movement and the lies that we have been told about Black Lives Matter as being this message of unity. We're not saying that white lives don't matter, but, and in reality, what the Black Lives Matter movement organization did was further divide people racially and also silence people. You virtually, especially in the States, were not allowed to speak if you were white. You were convicted on the basis of your skin color. This wasn't about fighting racism. This was about creating racism.
When will this white victimhood end? It is amazing how this narrative gets created. Like white people can't say certain things. Go on the internet, they're saying it all the time. They use a few isolated incidents where one or two people get canceled and that's it. Like white people can't say certain things all over the internet. Nobody is afraid of being racist because they don't care. They've never cared. They don't fear black people. They fear the people in power. So people like Candace, Kanye, or Officer Tatum, they never, and it's funny, they never really go after real racial organizations. You never hear them say anything about skinheads or KKK. Think about this. How many times someone from the right called BLM a domestic terrorist organization, even though they didn't kill anybody? But the KKK has killed thousands of people, violence for decades, for centuries, and never got labeled a terrorist organization. And there were already a whole bunch of black anti-police groups, organizations, nonprofits, with black and white people doing real work. But they never got the attention. People like Candace and the media never focus on those organizations, but they treat BLM the same way they treat black people. They just wait for something negative to happen, then shine the spotlight on it. It makes them feel good about America because what else they got to feel good about America? They know the issues in this country. They can't deal with the truth. So they got to hear stories like this. Black Lives Matter is a fraud. They need those stories so they can have something to fall back on. And that was the breakdown.
Broke it down to its very last compound.